Why did you start Lotus Eaters? I never asked you.
Honestly, because of the dramatic dearth of conservative intellectual content. You can name probably a dozen left-wing intellectuals just off the top of your head if you wanted to. You could just start reading them off. But you probably couldn't name a dozen conservative intellectuals. And that's a real problem. And one of the reasons that conservatives are continually losing the culture war, they are very bad at actually mimetically transmitting their own ideas and their own perspective. And it's so bad that, in fact, the Conservative Party of the United Kingdom doesn't know what being conservative is. And they've gone through a crisis of conscience and decided, it means being a Blairite. And so now we have Blairism forever.
Yeah, that's a good point. They don't ever explain what conservatism is. And you've said that before about the philosophers. You said it somewhere the other day, and I tried to count in my head, and I went, that's not true. Edmund Burke, Roger Scruton. All right, that's it.
Go on.
I'm out.
Exactly.
And that's like thinking of left-wing ones. I was just reading them off. Like you said, I was like, Foucault, Deleuze, and Derrida, and all these people. It's ridiculous. It's exactly as you said. Yeah, they're so bad at explaining it. So, okay, so that's why you started Lotus Eaters. But you sort of wanted to delegate, and because there's only one Carl until we invent cloning. So you wanted to, have more reach that way.
Well, it's not just that. I'm only one man. There's only so much I can do. But if we are able to give gainful employment to lots of different people, then we get lots of very good, intelligent perspectives, and it becomes something of a kind of private think tank to advance conservative ideas, which I think, is desperately needed.
Yeah.
The good thing about what we do is that there are no strings on us, right? We are funded entirely by our audience. So there is no one to whom we are beholden other than the platforms we use to communicate our message. And even then, all we need to do is just not put out certain opinions about certain topics on those platforms. But on our own platform, we can have whatever opinion we like, and until the powers that be decide that is verboten, we can have whatever opinions we like about anything. And so we're not trapped in the Blairite paradigm, which modern conservatives still are. And even those conservatives who know that that's the problem seem to be in this position because of their interaction with the mainstream. And so we have developed a space where we can have the thoughts that we think are right without having to genuflect towards the previous paradigm.
Yeah, that reminds me of two things. One is that Steve Baker, conservative politician, posted in the really woke tweet the other day. Yeah, about being an LGBT ally. And he's a nice guy and he's a Christian, but I had to raise it in an article for the Daily Skeptic.
Despise Steve Baker. He is a leftist. He is an open leftist in the Conservative Party. I mean, Liz Truss at least pretends to be a conservative.
Yeah, well,
even though she was a Liberal Democrat. But how would Steve Baker be uncomfortable in the Liberal Democrats? How would he be uncomfortable in the Labour Party at this point? Because Keir Starmer's starting to give it all a bit, well, actually, maybe we don't need so much immigration. Maybe we need to lower taxes a little bit. And it's like, what? Oh, great. Now we get the revolution from the right from Keir Starmer because the Conservative Party is such a progressive party. It's insufferable. I hate British politics.
Well, yeah, no argument there. I mean, I try and be nice because I've met Steve, but yeah, no argument about the party. And the other thing you remind me of is the recent Crowder Daily Wire thing. So Lotus Eaters, you're not going to have any of that. And no one's going to be saying, I'm not free, because like you say, it's completely funded by the audience. So no one will be complaining about a $50 million contract.
No, we're not that big yet.
That's the difference between England and America, isn't it? We're all just 50 million. We're like, yes. But in England, we wouldn't have anything like that ever. It's in Swindon.
We're based in Swindon. We're not with $50 million. But the thing is, I based this in Swindon for a reason, as in we're outside of London. I didn't want to be in London. I didn't want to be trapped in the London paradigm, because that's like our sort of, California or, Washington, D.C. And I want to avoid that. I want to have an authentic voice, speaking as an Englishman in England rather than a politically captured entity in the capital city. I don't want to feel that a bunch of my dependencies and relationships are contingent on not speaking authentically what I think about the world.